Hey there everyone, it's James here, and in today's video I want to talk about the number one most important thing that you need for success in your Airbnb business. Now, after working with hundreds of different students to help them grow Airbnb management businesses all over the world, I've seen a lot of people do it successfully and a lot of people run into challenges, and I figured that there's really just one thing that you need to focus on above all else in order to have your business succeed. And so that's what I want to dive into and discuss in today's video. Now, if you are interested in learning more about the step-by-steps of exactly how to start this business up, then there is a link down in the description below to a free training that I put together that'll help you to do that. I'm gonna walk you through in the free training step by step exactly how to get started, starting with no experience whatsoever, never even having hosted on Airbnb, or maybe you do have experience, that's just a bonus, and without having to invest any money on Airbnb, buying, renting, furnishing, anything like that, no money down. How do you get started and build this into a recurring 5-figure a month income stream that you can run passively and really be successful? How do you do that? If you want to learn more, it's all covered in the free training link down below. Now, to dive in and talk about the one thing, what it is an irresistible offer. This is something that I help my clients with. Every single one of my students, I help them to craft what we call their irresistible offer. And I'll tell you more about exactly what an irresistible offer is, what that means, and how you can craft one for yourself inside of this video. So an irresistible offer is basically just the offer that you have for your specific group of clients. Now, your clients are not going to be everyone. The goal here is not to try to be everything to everyone and to try to make your offer as attractive as possible to absolutely every single person or every single person with a property. The goal here is to focus on a specific group of people with a specific set of needs. So what I mean by this is, for example, real estate investors. That'd be a different niche or a different group of people you could focus on than, for example, vacation homeowners. Those are two different groups of people with two different sets of needs. The real estate investor is going to be very focused on returns and want things to be passive and hands-off for them. The vacation homeowner is going to be a lot more concerned about their property being well taken care of, and they're going to want regular updates about the status of their property. Those are just two quick little examples of different groups of people with different sets of needs. Now, what we want to do once we establish who that group of people that we're going to be focusing on is the next step is to reach out to people in that niche and figure out exactly what challenges they have, exactly what pain points they have, exactly what problems they are facing. Now, we have specific methods for how to do that. And so again, if you want to learn more about the step-by-step of what's involved with that, then just check out the link down below to the free training. Once you reach out to those people and you've figured out exactly what their challenges and their needs are, that's when you can start creating your irresistible offer. Now, one of the big, huge advantages of Airbnb management, meaning you're managing properties on Airbnb for the owner in exchange for a percentage of the overall revenue, is that in most cases, we can already provide massive value to the clients, to the property owners that we work with, by helping them to save time and earn more money. There's very few things that people want more than more time and more money. In fact, if I asked you before I just unveiled that to you, if I asked you what are two things that you want more of, good chances are you would have said, I want more time and I want more money. There are very few people who don't want that, and that's why some of the most successful businesses in the world have been built around providing those two things to other people, to clients. Look at Amazon. Amazon's a great example of a business that helps people to save money and save time. You don't have to go to the grocery store anymore. You can get the cheapest prices and free delivery on Amazon. Save yourself time, save yourself money. Uber, same thing. Save yourself time, not having to call a cab or go walk outside and hail one. You can just request one on the app on your phone. It also cuts down the cost because it's less expensive than taxi cabs, and so you're going to save time and save money. Again, just two examples of very, very successful companies. So the most successful in the world, in fact, that have really made a business around saving people time and saving them money. So goes to show that If you have a business that helps people to earn more money and to save them time, you're gonna have a really great starting point in terms of adding massive value to your customers. Now, obviously we can do that with Airbnb Property Management because we're gonna take everything off their plate and we set up systems so it's not bogging us down with all the work, so that now they're not gonna have to take care of things like messaging guests, organizing cleaners, all that sort of stuff that comes along with having a property list on Airbnb. We can also help them to make more money on their listing, even net of our management fees in most cases, because we can do things to really optimize performance on their listing, making sure they have the right listing headline, the right listing description, the perfect photos, making sure that we have our pricing set properly, all these different things that we can do in order to maximize the overall returns on their property, make sure they get booked out all the time at the best rates. Now again, if you want the step-by-step walkthrough for exactly how to do that, exactly how to set up the perfect listing description, the perfect headline, properly set prices, get the right photos, all that sort of stuff, then again, just check that out in the free training that's linked down below in the description. Now, in addition to that, we're also going to want to tailor our irresistible offer to our specific niche. So that's why we went and did that work of reaching out to these people and figuring out what their specific challenges are and pain points were in the first place. What we can then do is take the information that we've gathered there and figured out what the solutions are to the most common recurring problems. We're going to start to see themes come up where time and time again, the people that we talk to are saying that they have problem A, problem A, problem A, or they have challenge B, challenge B, challenge B. And so what we can then do is turn around and craft an offer that specifically speaks to those challenges and addresses them and make sure the property owner knows that we're going to be able to solve them for them. Then what we do, once we've crafted that and we've packaged it up neatly into a really nice, irresistible offer, we basically just have to reach out to people and present that offer to them. And the more people we can present this to, the better, obviously. But this is where we really get scale, is because most of the clients that I work with who really nail this, you're able to get a 50 to 80% conversion rate on the meetings that you have with property owners. Meaning that if you reach out and you're able to meet and sit down with 10 property owners, then you're gonna get 5 to 8 new properties on under management, meaning that you're gonna be earning at that point a full-time income more than likely from managing properties on Airbnb after only meeting with 10 people. Right? Imagine that. You're meeting with 10 people, 5 or 8 of them say yes, and now you're at a full-time income from hosting. Now, the reason for that is because you've really nailed your irresistible offer. You're going to them and making them an offer that they simply cannot refuse. It just wouldn't make sense for them to refuse it. You're offering to save them time while making them more money and address their biggest headaches that they have with managing the property. And you do that only by crafting that irresistible offer properly. Now, again, if you want the step-by-step for exactly how to do all this, how to go through and figure out that irresistible offer, how to actually provide that kind of value to your clients, and also you want training on exactly how to reach out and find these property owners in the world and how to put that offer in front of them and actually go about bringing their property under management, go at all the logistics of actually setting it up and doing all that. All that stuff is covered in the free training that's linked down below, so I highly recommend checking that out. We're also going to give you a few tools that will help you to show your value to the clients and show clients exactly how much potential they have on their property. And so we're going to give you a couple of free tools when you register for the training and you attend it. We're going to give you some free tools that will help you to get started along that path and help you to really show this stuff to clients as well. So I highly recommend checking that out if you want more details and more information on all this stuff. But that really is the number one thing. You'll never succeed without that. You won't ever succeed in growing your business if you don't nail that irresistible offer. The reason is that you're going to have a really challenging time getting clients, and ultimately you're never going to be able to keep them long enough to really make it worth your while. Because if you don't understand what people's challenges are that you're helping, then you're never going to be able to communicate the value that you bring to the table. And then even if you do somehow get lucky and get a client under management, they're not going to want to stay with you because you're not actually going to be providing the kind of value that they're looking for. You're not going to be solving the problems that they really have in their day-to-day lives with managing their properties. So That's going to make everything a lot more challenging, a lot tougher to grow, and you're not going to be able to build up a substantial monthly recurring income. One of the great things about this business, when you really nail this aspect of it, is that you have clients staying around with you for 1, 2, 3, 4 years into the future. So every new client you bring on isn't just paying you for 1 month. They're adding to your monthly recurring income stream. So suddenly you've met with those 10 clients, you've got those 5 or 8 properties on under management, and now suddenly you have a recurring monthly income stream for years into the future that's going to provide, benefit to you for years to come. Every time you add a new property, you're adding to that existing income stream, and you're just increasing the amount of money that you're going to be earning next month and the months that follow. So that's the real advantage here. It's not just that it's going to make things easier to grow in the short term. It will do that once you really nail this, but it's also that long term, you're going to build a lot more sustainability into your business. It's going to have a lot less ups and downs because you're just going to be able to predictably deliver real results to your clients. And in my opinion, that's the only way to have a business with any kind of real longevity to it. If you're really creating value and you're making your clients' lives better, you're improving their lives, and everything is better with you than without you, that's the only way that you're going to create a business that's actually going to last long term. Focusing on some trend or some fad of the month isn't going to get you there. But if you build a business that provides real value to real clients and that follows follows the lead of companies like Amazon and Uber in delivering massive value by helping people to save time and make more money, then you're gonna build a really strong business long term. So if that's something that you're interested in doing, then again, I do highly recommend checking out the free training link down below. That's gonna walk you through step by step by step exactly how to build this type of business for yourself in your area, wherever you might be located, whether you're located in a country where things aren't going well or things are going well right now. You can do this completely remotely. That's another one of the great, amazing benefits of this business model. And so this training down below that's in the description, that's going to show you exactly how to do this for yourself. And I'm also going to give you a couple of free tools that are going to help you to do this as well, help you to get started, and help you to show clients how much value you actually bring to the table by showing them how much additional money they can be earning on their properties. So again, all that is linked down in the description below, so I highly recommend you check that out if this is something that you're interested in doing for yourself. As always, if you're new to the channel here, please consider subscribing. We post 2 new videos every single week relating to all things Airbnb. So if you are interested in hearing when we publish new videos, and just go ahead and subscribe to the channel so you'll be notified when we post new videos. And then also, if you enjoyed this video, if you got value from it, if you take a quick half a second and just click that like button. So if you wouldn't mind, just click that like button. It really helps me out. It helps the channel to grow. So as always, I really appreciate you being here, and I'll see you in the next video.